Today marks the beginning of my journey to read every single book on my physical TBR. I'm sorry if you can hear Luna grunting off in the corner. She's like trying to pull herself up. Anyway, we are gonna go through my physical TBR today. I started reading in 2020, and reading became a really big hobby for me, but so did buying books. So I've collected all of these books behind me over the last 5 years, but I realized that I have not read most of these books and I would like to be able to make that statement. So I figured the first step to working our way through our physical TBR is to assess the TBR and see exactly how many of these books I have read and how many I haven't, and go from there. We are gonna start things off by doing a little bit of a bookshelf tour just so you can kind of see what we're working with. Also, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. I've been seeing the new Witch's Brew cans pop up around stores on social media, so I still have a few left from last year. I figured I would crack one open for this video. As always, it feels like we're having a seasonal identity crisis because it's August and all of the Halloween and fall decor is out in stores, but it's like 115 degrees outside here in Florida, so that's fun. Here's an overview of my bookshelves currently. I try to keep them nice and neat, but as you can see, I have a little helper who likes to take the books off of the shelves and make a mess. So the lower shelves you can see are kind of all over the place, but this is my book collection. I have a couple little knickknacks here or there, but most of these are books, obviously. So like I was saying, at least I think I was saying this, I do see a book declutter or book unhaul in my near future, so let me know if that's something you would be interested in seeing. I did get rid of a few books when I organized my bookshelves, which I'll link that video down below. When we moved to this house a few months ago, I did a video organizing and decorating my bookshelves. So today we're not gonna declutter anything, I don't think, but again, let me know if that's something you'd like to see. So here is an overview of my bookshelves. I have them sort of organized, but also sort of not. Up top, I just have a few like little knickknacks and a couple books, mainly the Crave series. I've got my Anna Todd books here, Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry, Lauren Asher, Krista and Becca Ritchie, and the Twisted series. I've got some Sophie Lark books, some Elle Kennedy, and then a few like YA romancy kind of books, like Jenny Han books. Up top here, I have my Colleen Hoover books. I have all of my like standalone books. Some of these might be part of a series, but I just like don't have the entire series. So this is like a rainbow shelf situation that kind of snakes back. That takes up those 4 shelves there. And then at the bottom here, I just have some like hardcover books and some other miscellaneous ones. And then on the right side here, I have my like fantasy, romantasy type books. So we've got some Rebecca Yarros, Callie Hart, Sarah J. Maas, some other romantasy books that I've read recently. I have the ACOTAR series, and then we have like Twilight, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Maze Runner. I have a few of the Vampire Academy series books. So that's a general overview. In case you missed it, I did pick my August TBR in my August reset, like my monthly reset video. I decided I was gonna bring back the monthly TBRs, so I included that in that video. Here is what my August TBR looks like. I picked 5 books. I don't plan on reading all 5 of these. That would be great if I could, but I set a goal for myself to read 2 books this month, and it's August 6th today, and I've already read 1 of my 5 books, which is so exciting. I finished Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. This one came out a long time ago, and it's actually being turned into a movie. The movie comes out in October, so very, very soon. So if you haven't read this one yet, I highly recommend reading this. It was so good. I gave it 4 stars. I truly enjoyed this. It's dual POV between a mom and a daughter, and it was so good. Anytime I'm in a reading slump, I look for Colleen Hoover, and she saves the day. So this is the first book that I read this month. I am on the 4th book of the ACOTAR series. This is A Court of Frost and Starlight, so I really want to finish that series so that I can start Throne of Glass. Then we have Happy Place by Emily Henry. I think this is her 4th book. I read the other, or like the first 3 that she came out with. Well, I guess I don't know if they were her first books, but I read Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, and Book Lovers. So I think this is the next one. It's not like a series. I just like to read them in publication order because sometimes there's little crossovers. Then we have Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I want to read this before summer is over. I think I got this last summer or even the summer before that. I've had it for a while, so hopefully we can get to that this month. And then I also started Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, and then I went on vacation, kind of forgot about it and just never picked it back up. So that's my August TBR. I'd love to know what you have on your August TBR or just your TBR in general. I know not everybody does like monthly TBRs, but if you do, or if you just have a TBR, I would love to know what is on it. And if you see any books in my collection that you think I need to read like right now, please let me know. So I think the next step here is gonna be to flip all of the books around. I actually think I might have done this for a video like a few years ago. We're gonna flip all of the books around that I have not read, just so we can get a good visual of what's going on here and see again how many books I've read versus haven't. I'm gonna start here, and I think I'm just gonna work my way across in rows instead of columns so I don't have to move my camera as much. And yeah, this is probably gonna be shocking. Prepare for 90% of this to be flipped the wrong way. So again, anything I haven't read, I'm gonna turn like this so that we cannot see the spine, because I know there's more of those than there are that I have read, so it'll give us a better visual. I actually have read this book though, so we're gonna flip that back around. All right, so we're gonna start at the top here and make our way across. The first 2 shelves are done. Is this shocking to you yet? Oh my god, this row here, this one's tough. Also, if you hear crying in the background, that's my daughter's baby doll crying, not my daughter crying. Anyway, moving on down. So the process is done. As you can see, we do have some color behind us, so that's good. But most of these books here in the middle, especially, have not been touched. I did turn around a book, even if I like started it and like DNF'd it, I still turned it around because I don't count that as reading it. So it's time to count these up. I'm gonna also include the books, the 5 books I have on my TBR. I'm gonna remember to add those into our totals. So I'm gonna count all the books I have read, which I've read more than this. I read on my Kindle as well, but all of the physical books that I have read, and then all of the physical books that I own that I have not read. I don't think there's gonna be any duplicates. I know like I have 2 Love and Other Words, so I'm only gonna count that as 1 book, but I don't think I have duplicates of any unread besides like the first Harry Potter book. So let's get to counting. This one also should be facing the other way because I have read this, and I do have a duplicate of these 2, and these 2 are the same. So there's 4 books, but it's really only 2. So 1, 2. The first number is in. The number of physical books that I have read over the past 5 years is 74. Whoa, oh my goodness. So 74 books is honestly better than I expected. Do you see yourself? Is that Luna? Luna! So 74 physical books. Again, I also have read books on my Kindle. I don't know, that might put me at like, probably still under, oh no, I don't know what that was. Probably still under 100 books, but I'm not mad at it. Now Luna's gonna help me count all of the books that I haven't read. So there were actually more duplicates than I thought. Like I had a couple duplicates here. I have a few Colleen Hoover duplicates as well. I have an ACOTAR duplicate, so I only counted one, even if I have multiple copies. All right, the final number is in for the number of books that I have not read that I own. Are you ready? The number is 211. So I've read 74 and I have not read 211. So we've got some work to do. I have been really enjoying reading this year. I like spending time reading and I find it to be like a happy hobby, even though I like to read books. Happy hobby. Even though I like to read books that make me cry, I still enjoy it. So I want to focus on the goal of reading. I set that goal for this month and so far I've been doing really well. I just try to read at least a little bit a day. If not, then that's okay. But like I said, we already read one book this month and we're only 6 days in, so I would love to read my entire August TBR. I'm just such a mood reader that, like, I don't know. I read like 8 romantasy books in a row, so I needed a change. I needed to switch it up, which is why I went with a Colleen Hoover book, because the third ACOTAR book really did me in. It was really good. It just took me forever to get through it, and then I felt like I was just like drowning in this book for so long, so I needed a little refresh. I think we're gonna do A Court of Frost and Starlight next. I think they have the audiobook, actually, like the dramatized audio on Hoopla for the first 4 books, so I might try to listen / read if it gets me to read it faster. So basically the thing that sparked this whole video was we had our housewarming party and we had some people come over, and one of our friends was asking about my books and he asked if I read all of these books, and I was like, oh no. And then he said, have you read most of them? And I said, oh no. So I would like to be able to say that I've read at least most of the books that I own. Right now I'm sitting at less than a third. Not to say 74 books is not a lot. Like, I'm proud of that number personally. I went from reading probably 3 books my whole life to reading 74 books in less than 5 years. So I'm pretty happy with that. So basically I just want to read more of these books. Like, I bought these books for a reason. I want to read the books that I have. I, going through this, know that there are books in here that I do not plan on reading, and so I should declutter them and just free up some space, declutter a little bit, do a bit of an unhaul. I don't know, we'll see. I call it a declutter when it's like makeup or something, but whenever I see people declutter books, they call them book unhauls. But anyway, we have Handy Manny playing in the background, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. Let me show you what the bookshelves look like so you can get the full visual. So here are my bookshelves now that I flipped everything backwards that I have not read. The only thing I didn't do was flip this last Crave book around, and then this one with the red pages is just the first Crave book in a paperback with sprayed edges, so that should be turned the other way. But those are the only 2 that I didn't flip. I just can't really reach them that well, so, but I did count them properly. So there's an overview of the books. As you can tell, most of them are just, we really need to work on this middle section. I feel like the sides and like the top are not as bad, but this whole entire middle section here is brutal. We've switched to Miss Rachel, and I think I have exhausted my filming time. So now that we've assessed the situation and seen really how bad this is, I think it's time to come up with a plan. So I'm thinking of bringing back monthly TBRs, whether that's like a dedicated video, like a monthly TBR plus wrap up, or maybe separate videos. I don't know. I would like to incorporate more book content on my channel. I usually do my wrap ups in my favorites videos, but I haven't been able to film favorites videos the last 2 months. So I don't know, just let me know what your thoughts are. Should I do like dedicated TBR videos or wrap up videos, or should I just like keep them included inside of like other vlogs? What are your thoughts on that? But I will be creating them for myself either way, monthly TBRs. Like I said, I'm a mood reader, so I need to pick a variety of things. I'm so sorry, baby shark is playing. But anyway, I need to be intentional with my TBRs, intentional with my reads, and really focus on reading all of these books that I have, because I'm sure they're great. And if they're not, then I wouldn't even know. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just thought it would be fun to sort of get a visual of the situation. And I have not been buying books recently. Like, I've bought a couple of books in the last year. I used to buy so many books and do so many book hauls, but I haven't done that in quite some time. I was thinking it would be fun to do like a little Barnes & Noble vlog or something. Maybe in the fall time we'll make a whole fall vlog out of it, but I think that would be fun. And maybe just pick up like one book as a treat. I'm not going on like a no buy, because I just know myself, and that's just, you know, new books are going to come out that I want to read, but I really want to try to focus on knocking out this physical TBR. And I know for a fact that I will declutter a few of these books, which will also help reduce the size of my physical TBR. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.